A group of Egyptian students of law students won the first place in a competition, and that will qualify them to an Oxford University in 2018. To know more about this subject, we are joined by Rafiq Ramez, and he's a law student and a winner of the media law moot court competition. And also we are joined by Maha Omar Abdel Nabi, assistant lecturer at Faculty of Law, and Yousseif Yosry, and he is a law student and a winner of prize media law at moot court competition. Hello and welcome to our show.
Welcome back. First of all, I'd like to start first by asking, of course, Dr. Maha, if you tell us more about joining the competition, and are you with them as a professor and a mentor, or did you also participate in it as a competitor? And also I'd like to know more about each of Rafiq and Yousseif's participation.
Thank you for your question. About the competition, the moot court competition is a bit new to the Egyptian culture. However, the faculty decided to form a team to participate in the in Oxford competition. I'm participating with the team as a coach, one of the two coaches, alongside with my colleague Mahmoud Hani. He's one of the academic staff in the university, and we're participating to coach the team.
What about you, Rafiq? Is this your first time to be part of such a type of competition?
Yes, it's my first time to participate in this competition. It's actually our first time as a team in our university to participate within this competition or any other competition related to the law field.
Yes, and Yousseif?
It is our first time, yes. Just like
the first time for you to be part of an international competition as well?
It is my first time to be a part of an international competition at all. Just nevertheless, whatever it's legal or not, yeah, it is my first time.
Okay, tell me about your feelings. You're being qualified to an Oxford University, which is one of the most famous, and of course it's an international university, one of the strongest in the educational field. How did you manage to prepare for this? And tell me about your feelings, of course, each one of them.
Actually, we started with a selection phase in our university in order to be able to choose the members appropriately. So we started with a selection phase by writing a simple memo and pleading in front of a panel consisting of the academic staff, and it wasn't included for the first year law students, but only the second year law students, and the ones that wanted to participate, they participated, and the university chose the best 6 members in order to participate in this competition.
Yes, and now I understand that more than 15 countries competed in it. So how hard was the competition? Who would like to answer that? Yeah.
It was quite difficult. I mean, we went there.
Yousseif.
It was quite nervous-wracking, I'd say. Lots of countries were competing. Lebanese groups, Iranian, Jordanian, lots of countries, lots of competition. But it was quite great. It was a very good competition.
Okay, Maha, tell us about the kind of questions that you've been asked in this competition. Is it only about studying about law, or there were other questions?
The competition in itself is about human rights and about different human rights being in conflict with one another, like the right to freedom of expression being in conflict with the right to privacy, the right to reputation, and so on. So in general, it's related to rights and law, yes, but it's specific to human rights.
Well, this question is to everyone. of course, to Dr. Maha, because as a mentor and a coach, definitely you must have done a lot of preparations with your team to prepare them for such a competition. So I'd like to see the coach perspective, and then each of you as participants, how did you prepare yourselves? And of course, for you, Doctor, how did you prepare your team to take part in such a competition?
Well, thank you for your question. It's as I said, it's been new to the Egyptian culture and specifically new for our students. However, as coaches Mahmoud and I, we've prepared a schedule for the team to follow. For the first 2 months, we started work after selection the team at the beginning of November 2017, and we continued until beginning of January. The team had continuous meeting, two meetings per week to discuss the research and to write the written memorials to be submitted. And then after the submission of the written memorials in the 5th of January, we started meeting to practice the oral pleadings or the oral presentation. Since the beginning of January until we traveled to Lebanon for the competition beginning of Feb.
Now, Rafiq, how did you prepare yourself?
Well, each one of us started with preparing for the memorial, which is the first part in order to start with the pleading part. So we started dividing ourselves, which one of us will be working on this part and so on. So for myself, I worked like 5 days per week. Starting from November until the deadline for submitting the memorial, which was the 5th of January. And after this date, we started preparing for our pleading, which is based on the memorial that we submitted earlier.
Finally, Yousseif.
A lot of rigorous research, sleepless nights, working every day of the week, kind of putting your studies aside in order to be able to get somewhere with the competition, and then actually working for your pleading. We didn't have a lot of time because we joined kind of late, but it was an amazing experience, and I'd do it again without even thinking.
Okay, and now we're moving to a quick break about the activities of our guests, and we're coming back, so please stay tuned.
Welcome back, and that was a small demo about the team that participated in the Price Media Law Moot Court competition in its Middle East regional round. And of course, out of that team, we have with us Dr. Maha Omar Abdel Nabi, and she's the assistant lecturer at the Faculty of Law. And we have with us Rafiq Ramz and Yosry, and we're completing our discussion with them. Welcome back again. We have seen a bit of the promo about the competition and your participation, and now it's time to continue our interview with you.
Okay, Dr. Maha, let me start with you about the prize. Are you the only members who won the first place? There are other members who won other places in this competition?
Well, yes, only one team gets to win or to be ranked the first. So our team was ranked first among 14 teams participating in the competition. However, each year a specific number gets qualified to participate in the international rounds in Oxford, which will be held in April. Usually only 3 get qualified. The team ranked first, second and third. This time, to the due large number participating, 15 teams, the Oxford University considered 6 teams to get qualified to the international rounds in Oxford. So 5 other teams got qualified, however only us got ranked first.
So it's going to be quite competitive. Now, I understand that actually the competition had 2 sections, an oral and a written. What were the topics that you chose to discuss? Let's start by the oral competition first.
In general, there is it's one issue, it's one case about specific rights, and we submit the written memorials about the same topics, which we later present in oral pleadings.
What were the topics? Like, I know it's human rights and media law, but definitely there are certain, it has like subcategories in it, definitely.
It's mainly about the right to freedom of expression.
Yes.
Okay, Yousseif, tell me about your plans during this the coming 4 years in Oxford University. What are you going to do?
Again, a lot of rigorous researching a lot, getting ready, planning it out, because we have to elevate, because even though this year's regional rounds were extremely difficult, it's on a whole nother level in Oxford, having that you have people from all around the world, Asia, Africa, North America, you have people from all around the world, and the competition is much harder there. So hopefully a lot of research, a lot of hard work.
And how about you, Maha? Of course you're a doctor now, so where are you going to intend to study there?
Excuse me, I'm an assistant lecturer. I was participating to coach the team and guide them on how to divide their time of practicing oral pleadings and preparing their oral memos. They did all the hard work. We were there just mentoring them on how to improve themselves, guide them, give them, share with them more of our experience about the competition.
Now, how about you, Rafi?
Yeah.
Well, we would need more work on the international rounds in contrast to the regional rounds because of the difficulty of the teams that will be there, including the number and the level of skills that we will be facing there, but we are working on how we are going to play against them, and hopefully we will play well.
Dr. Maha, this question is for you because it's mainly about the way of teaching. Because definitely the Egyptian law, we have our own civil law, which is derived from the Islamic Sharia and other laws which have been amended by our parliament or the people of the House of Representatives. And then we have the French law, which is the base of our law in Egypt. And then now we're talking about international law because the written memorandums and the oral ones should be on the international standards rather than the domestic ones. So did that mean that you needed to teach them extra stuff or direct them in a certain way to meet the international law? And especially if you're going to Oxford, that's the British law in a sense, which is different than other laws. So how did you prepare for that?
Well, thank you for your question. As you've mentioned, in Egypt here we follow the civil law system derived from the French law system. However, the competition is more related to international law, which means that when they were preparing their written memorials, they had to refer to international tools protecting the human rights, such as the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. They're not different because, for instance, Egypt is a ratifying state of the International Covenant. Mm-hmm. So it's about states respecting its international obligations. When it comes to the common law system or the English system, we had to refer them to how to use precedents and case laws, because this is the base of common law system and all. Thank you.
Okay, Yousseif, studying here in Egypt is totally different than that of Oxford University. How you're going to manage to bridge the gap? It's a total shift there. So how are you going to bridge this gap?
Well, for instance, I'm not really going to be studying there, but the level of excellency there, I mean, it's on another level. But with hard work, dedication, research, the will, I think we can manage. I think we have potential. So that's how.
Now, for the competition itself, is the prize a scholarship or is it a certificate? Tell us more about what you're looking for. What will happen? Hopefully, inshallah, you win once you win.
There's no specific prize. There are only certificates, and the team gets ranked and all. But the real prize they get is that they are being introduced to skills, legal skills, how to plead, how to write oral scripts, how to write.
The experience itself.
Yes, the experience. The legal skills is what it's really missing in our culture, and this is what the competition introduces to our students.
Okay, Rafi, let me ask you this question. Of course, it's for the three of you. What are your dreams in the future?
Well, I have like different ideas about the future. I don't mind working here in Egypt, whether teaching in a university or working at a law firm, especially in arbitration. But I have the other idea, which is moving out into whether UK or USA for practicing law, especially in litigation. So that's what I'm hoping for.
And how about you, Dr. Maha?
Well, I definitely need to move forward with my PhD in order to escalate in my academic career. I like the academic field and teaching. And in general, I would like to be part of whoever influences the teaching methods in Egypt and introducing, as I said, the skills and more than the just academic by the books.
And
stuff.
finally, Yousseif?
I'd like to be an arbitrator, hopefully in the future. I'd also like to be a legal researcher and hopefully expand the scope of freedom of expression in Egypt, because it's very pivotal in my opinion and it's very dear to my heart. So that's what I'd like to do in the future.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Maha Omar Abdel Nabi, the assistant lecturer at the Faculty of Law, and Rafiq Ramzi, a law student and winner of the Price Media Law Moot Court competition, as well as Yousseif Yosry, also law student and winner of the competition. Thank you very much for this interview, and I wish you all the best of luck in Oxford. Hopefully you'll win again and raise Egypt's name high abroad. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. And now we are moving to a quick break, so please stay tuned.
The 66th round of the Catholic Movie Festival, headed by Father Boutros Daniel, was held. This round was dedicated to the late artist Shadia.
مهرجان هذا العام في دورته 66